Hello, great morning. Well, I'm a little late starting today because I went out to get my coffee first. Usually I do the reading of the day first and then go get my coffee, but today I went to get my coffee. So let's drag out the cards and see what we've got for today. Oh, mercy. Anyway, I'm really loving the Native American flute. I think it's like it's an extension of singing. So if you're a singer, if you've been a singer, then I think a lot of the breath control and the mechanisms of playing the flute will come just very naturally. Very naturally. It's not something that one has to sit there and try to learn how to do, because if you've done singing, you've done it, you've worked on it your whole life, doing vibrato and that type of thing. Now, if you've never done it, if you're not a singer, then it might be a little more difficult to manage. But again, if you've been a singer, that comes very naturally. And phraseology, etc. When you're singing, you do phraseology. It's kind of the same way when you're playing the flute. It's like singing without words. I'll put it that way. Kind of like singing without words. And wouldn't you know it, of course, I just get flute and I've got this miserable thing. I am still trying to get my appointment to go in to get the CT scan. Okay, to do the CT scan, but of course, when you're dealing with the VA, if you're a veteran and you've had to deal with the VA, you know what's going on. They keep bouncing me back and forth between Broward and Miami, and they gave me my appointment for the ENT specialist, ear, nose, throat specialist, but of course they don't have the CAT scan scheduled in time. Well, it doesn't hardly do any good to go to the ENT specialist if you don't have the scan to see what's going on. So, anyway, I'm still working on trying to get my appointment. I'm still shuffling cards. Still working on trying to get my appointments. So anyway, I have to call again Monday and see if they can put me on an overbook schedule so they can get it done before my ENT appointment. So we will see what happens. Okay. Mercy. I mean, it's really great not having to pay for health care if you've been a veteran. And you've got a service connection. But just trying to get in appointments is, again, it can be a kind of a nightmare. Okay, so one more card and we're done here and can start doing the reading. Interesting reading today. So anyway, hopefully it's something benign that can be handled. I know it's going to have to take some surgery or something, 9 out of 10, because you can actually see it here. And it is affecting the speech. hopefully it's not cancerous. If it is, I already have plans for what I'm going to do in that case anyway. But we will see what we will see. Okay. The main thing is just finally getting the diagnosis, and so you can start dealing with what you need to deal with and handling what you need to handle. You know. So let's get to the reading. All right, so today what we have is an interesting day. It's a day, let's start with the main thing. It's a day of really working on your spiritual stuff. We're talking about, well, how to best word this all. Okay, it's going to be, let's just go down the line. I think that's easy. Friction. It's a bit of friction today. Okay, nothing comes without friction, without something rubbing against each other. Okay, so a bit of friction with things. So, but you're coming up, again, you're getting ready to come up and take a breather, breaching, you know, and it's always kind of like the darkest before the dawn. Okay, kind of like that type of thing. There's friction. Don't give up. Keep pushing through. Again, here we go. Breaching. Speaking of breaching, take a breath. Take a breath, okay? So as you're doing this, you know, again, continue to relax into it as much as you can, because, you know, again, do what you do with your medicine things, your drums, whatever, to help to awaken. Again, this is about awakening. Understand that everything is in balance. You know, keep everything in balance in your world. This is your sense of security to maintain your balance. And know that nothing comes without the sun ritual, sacrifice. Okay, sacrifice. It takes continuing to, again, push through. You know, continue to push through. If you are on your spiritual path, okay, it takes continuing to walk it daily, continuing to do what you need to ground. Again, part of the drumming is good for grounding, keeping your center, keeping your balance. Again, understand everything takes time. It takes sacrifice if you really, really, really want to know. And that's what pulls you into the mystic's path, really wanting to know God above all things. You have to want it more than your next breath of air and be willing to sacrifice, do what's needed to get there. So again, we have the drumming, staying in balance, taking that breath, breathing into it. Understand there's going to be friction along the way. It's not going to be easy breezy. You know, people think, oh, if I do a spiritual path, it'll be easy breezy. God's just going to be so enamored that I'm paying attention. It's going to make my way just like the yellow brick road to Oz. Well, no, it's not like the yellow brick road. Okay, but now is a time, let's see if I can get the last card here. I need bigger hands. To breach, coming up for air, coming up for air. So again, today is a good day to continue. It's a Saturday. You got plenty of time to work on your path. Go out into nature. Spend time, again, to ground. Grounding, I think, is the most important thing. This is what I see with so much of the, and I'm going to a psychic fair today. So much of the New Age community, they're very ungrounded. And they seem to think, you know, when they're not eating a balanced diet with a lot of good protein to ground you, that being this airy fairy thing is a higher vibration. It's not. It's just being ungrounded. And you see that they can't even logically put things together a lot of times, you know. So again, keep grounded, so important. Understand everything takes sacrifice, it takes dedication. Continue to stick with it. It's darkest before the dawn. Keep pushing through, and have a great journey. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to go back today and continue to work on my flute. If I work on my flute, it's better than talking, because as you can see, the talking, a little bit of talking, and this is just irritating to the vocal cords you know. That's why I know I have to get it handled, because it is not doing well for my speaking at all. Couple minutes speaking and I'm dead to the world. But yeah, you can see right there that where that, whatever the growth is, it's right there by my vocal cords. So yeah, need to get that handled. Working on it, okay? So anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. I'm going to go back and work on some flute. I'm going to put up the, the Indian Reservation, Cherokee Nation, I call it Cherokee Nation.